Welcome to the 5th episode of the survival series, and we've started this episode off with a time lapse as I have finished the exterior of the farmhouse. This is actually one of my favorite buildings I've ever came up with because it's just so full of nooks and crannies, and it has these awesome diagonals which make it just look so much more interesting and alive. So yeah, I'm quite proud of it. But as always, there's of course a lot of detailing left to do. For example, these should be grass blocks, and then we'll add some greenery. There we go. Also, I hate how there's this hill like right in front of the building on the side here, this little bit of a hill, because it really obscures the view. You can't really get a proper look at the entire thing, so I'm thinking we just cut it off right about here. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot cleaner. I like that. There is of course also the not very small matter of the interior. As you can see, there's a lot of space inside the barn. And that's how of course I intended it, because we need that space, but it looks very messy and ugly. The first thing we should do is make all of this look a bit cleaner. So I'm gonna be building up walls and of course a floor. So we will basically have double thick walls, the outside for the exterior obviously, and then the other layer will be for the interior. This won't be like super detailed or anything like that. It will be more on the bland side, but in a fitting way, since this is a farmhouse. It's not like some fancy mansion or anything like that. And then the really interesting part will probably be putting in the farms. I think we'll start off with the pumpkin and melon farm, and then we'll add the potato, wheat, whatever. We'll see what we want to do, and this will make this place really come alive, I think. I finished about half of the interior of the barn. This side over here is still a mess, and it is very tricky to make some kind of sense of this interior because it's such a irregular shape, but I like the way that it's looking right now. And now I want to start building the first of the farms, the melon and pumpkin farm. I'm thinking if we have a stripe of water in the middle, we can go out, I'm pretty sure 4 blocks of dirt on each side, so like this. And then we have some space to walk around the entire thing. I think that'll work. Yeah, something along those lines makes sense. I think it's a bit of a tight squeeze here on the left, but that's okay. So we basically have to do this kind of chessboard pattern, like checkered pattern, because the pumpkin and melon stems grow on a field block, and then their fruit, whatever it's called, the pumpkin and melon itself, of course, needs a full block. Yeah, like this. I think we'll start with, let's say pumpkins. It doesn't really matter anyway. And then we'll make a second one of these just with melons instead in this space once I've did the interior for this. And we'll have the villagers working on the carrots, etc. Probably on a floor below, so down there somewhere in the future. Okay, and now we need to put in all the pistons and observers. I'm pretty sure I remember how to do this, how to do these farms. Right, so the observers are watching the pumpkin stems. Yeah, like that. Now how do I put in the pistons? I guess like this. Yeah, there we go. Nope. And then here on top, I'm pretty sure we again need a checkerboard pattern, but oh, this one's wrong. But this time with full blocks and redstone dust, like this. So that whenever the observer gives off a signal, it fires the pistons around it, basically. The farm is now pretty much finished. As you can see, I installed a pickup system down here. It's very simple. You basically have this hopper minecart just running back and forth below the fields. And then over here is this little redstone thingy. So basically when the minecart, the hopper minecart arrives here and it has items inside and funnels them below into this chest, it stands still, so this rail is not powered while items are going through this hopper, and once the minecart is empty, it goes back on its way. All I gotta do now is repeat basically the same thing over here. Both of the farms are producing, they're ready to go. Saying that, some pistons seem to be stuck right here, but I think we can fix that quite easily. Yeah, that's fixed, okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen too often. But yeah, as you can see, most of the stems are fully grown by now, and down here in the chest we have already picked up quite a decent amount of pumpkins in the short time that the farm has been running. Same over here with the melon farm, and down here you can see the pickup as well. Now the interior of the farm has already come quite a long way. Over here in this corner I have made a little cow pen, which still needs a lot more detailing. For example, a water trough, I think it's called, like where they drink out of. And for the entire barn I need to figure out better lighting, like hidden lighting, maybe lanterns from the ceiling, because at the moment we just have this torch spam going on and we don't want that. And over here I came up with this handy little design made of fences and chains that the player can easily walk through but the cows can't. And this leads us into this little restaurant right here. So this is based on when you maybe have experienced this yourself before, but when you like go on a walk outside in the mountains or in the countryside and you come across a barn, they often have these small restaurants inside where you can eat their home-baked bread and maybe some fresh milk for lunch, and that's what this is supposed to be. And it has a view directly into the cow pen, because who doesn't like the smell of cows lingering over their lunch? Huh. Maybe I didn't quite think this through, but anyway. In this little restaurant right here, I want to install a few armor statues. So I've mentioned this in a recent episode, that I have installed 3 in total data packs from Vanilla Tweaks, and 2 of them are the armor stance data pack and the moped data pack. So basically when you take a book and write anything actually inside of it, there we go, anything, whatever you want, and then the title has to be statues, if you can spell. Nope. There we go. Sign and close. And it magically turns into an armor stand. Wizard wand, I don't know. Basically it lets you turn these armor stands, these vanilla armor stands, into little statues. So I'm thinking we'll make 2 customers using these wandering traders hats that I got from quite pleasant encounter earlier. They will be the customers, and then this llama head can be the waiter. So let's see what we can do with that. This is our first customer right here, you know, your average wandering trader that comes by and stops by for a little lunch. So first things first, I think we should give him arms. Show arms, yes, right there. Don't show the base plate, exactly. I think I'll just let him have bare feet. No shoes for you today, sir. I think we turn off gravity, and then we want him sitting. So let's see, presets, sitting. Oh, try again. Sitting, there we go, he's sitting. And we want to move him over onto this chair, because he can't just be sitting in the air like that. That's ridiculous. I need to figure this out with the coordinates, it's always a bit hard. So we want to move him negative into the set direction first of all. Okay, notch, there we go, maybe a little more, that looks good. And then we want to go negative into the X direction a bit. Yeah, I did that right, I'm proud of myself. And maybe a bit more, even more than that. Let's go with -1. Yeah, there we go, that's good. Then maybe down a little bit as well. I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go along. So that would be Y -1. Yes. Okay. There we go. It's also always a good idea to have the head be tilted a little bit, maybe not that way, and maybe a bit to the side as well. Yeah, that's good. Because that always makes the characters, the little figures, look a lot more alive when the head isn't just looking straight forwards. Okay, now I want the right arm down a little more. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Just started undressing him. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, if we do right arm, feet, he will point to my feet. There we go. That's very good. I think that actually looks pretty good already. Yeah, I like that. If we're finished, we lock him. That reduces the lag because it's an entity. There we go. That looks good. Okay, I'll do the other two and then I'll check back in with you guys. I made the second wandering trader standing here in the room on the inside, pointing into the cow pen, probably complaining about the smell. I think I would at least. And then my personal favorite out here is the llama waiter, who is carrying a piece of homemade bread that I talked about earlier. And yeah, he looks very happy and content with his job, and I like it a lot. Maybe you now understand why I love this data pack so much. It just makes everything come to life and kind of allows you to tell a little story inside your builds, which I think is really awesome. We don't really have any time left to start another big project for today, so that's gonna do it for this episode. I have been Nellas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!